coined the phrase the e-commerce accelerator concept, but we certainly weren't, the only accelerators. We've got our big accelerator conference coming up next week. And if you think about the miracle of e-commerce and all of the people out there accelerating e-commerce, there's a vast group of people accelerating commerce. Of course, we're one of them. But if you think about like the aggregators, this, Don, I don't know what happened around the time, pre-Thrasio by a year, if people were like, hey, you should just buy some Amazon brands. Everyone knew that that was crazy risky because most of it was just a game.
Yeah.
Right. They're fudging their reviews.
Yep.
They're,
yeah.
And then somehow, like overnight, it became a good idea. But most of us who were operators, so I almost, I've talked to the team several times because people are like, how do I know because now all the aggregators are starting to say, we're actually an accelerator. I knew they have to do, but it's the only way. You can't buy a brand and not grow it. Like you can do some EBITDA arbitrage for a little while, but eventually it catches up to you. You have to find a way to grow the brand. So you have to be they have to be accelerators eventually. And the good ones, we think the world of a lot of these aggregators, they're amazing and they will pivot. But they need to move away from having 70% of their executive team be investment bankers. They need to bring in some guys from like they have bashed the CPGs over the years, like they had no idea what they're doing, and all of a sudden Thrasio is going to be the new CPG. Right. And it's like, wait, 150 years of R&D, product innovation,
brand building.
Brand building. If you do the math, like we've done so much math around this, that if you have a product that wins, you have what we call destiny, and that destiny applies to keywords, keyword phrases. And if your product doesn't win, you can do a lot of cool things that gamify the system for a little while. But you don't have staying power in those slots without a good product. So the aggregators either will have to build legit products and brands, or they will decelerate. Yep. And the CPGs, probably the whole time this was happening, I'm not internal at them, they're like, this is going to go nowhere. Yeah, right. And I would say most of the operators in the e-com space who knew the space really well were also like, wait, there's no way you're just buying that guy's brand that just gamed the system and somehow that's going to work.